Tracking is not the problem. The problem is when tracking becomes one more reason to feel guilty. Guilty that you ate too much, you missed a workout, or the scale went up, or guilty that you started strong and fell off again. And for many women over 40, that kind of tracking does not create freedom, it creates pressure. And pressure usually leads to one of two things: obsession or avoidance. You either become consumed by every number, every detail, every pound, or you stop paying attention completely because you don't want to feel like you failed again. But there is a better way. Tracking was never meant to become your master. Tracking is meant to be a teaching tool. It helps you learn what is happening in your body, your schedule, your emotions, and your habits, so that eventually the right rhythms can become more natural. So today I want to talk about how to track your wellness without becoming obsessed. Because the goal is not to track everything forever. The goal is to notice what actually matters. Hi, I'm Diana. I'm a physical therapist, counselor, and wellness coach, and I help women over 40 stop living in cycles of starting over by building simple, sustainable structures that hold when life gets full. And today we're talking about how to track your wellness in a healthier, more grounded way. Because some women have tracked calories, macros, points, weight, steps, water, workouts, every bite of food forever. And while tracking can be helpful, for many women it has become connected to guilt. So they think the answer is to stop paying attention completely. But ignoring your patterns does not break them. It just keeps you reacting to them. So let's talk about 3 shifts that can help. Shift number 1. Tracking should create clarity, not guilt. Tracking in and of itself is not bad. It can help you see what's happening. It can help you notice connections and recognize patterns you otherwise would miss. The problem is when tracking becomes a report card, a daily report card. Did I do good? Did I do bad? Did I get off plan? Did I stay on plan? Did I mess up? That creates pressure, not peace. Healthy tracking asks, what am I noticing? Whereas guilt-based tracking asks, what did I do wrong? Healthy tracking asks, what is this showing me? But guilt-based tracking asks, why can't I get this together? And that difference matters because the goal is not to punish yourself into consistency. The goal is to build awareness that helps you lead your life differently. Tracking should help you see clearly, not feel constantly behind. Shift number 2. The goal is pattern clarity, not perfection. This is where a lot of women get stuck. They think the point of tracking is to prove they're doing everything right. But the point is not perfection. The point is pattern clarity. The better question is not, did I have a perfect week? The better question is, what keeps happening? Where does my day break down? When do my meals fall apart? What happens before my energy crashes? When do cravings usually show up for me? What causes me to skip my movement or my time with God when life gets full? Those are things worth noticing, because if you only track when you're good or bad, you miss the pattern. And when you miss the pattern, you keep blaming yourself and you say you need more discipline, more effort, or you need to try harder and you need to start over on Monday. But what if the issue is not that you need a stricter plan? What if the real issue is that you haven't noticed where your structure keeps breaking down? Maybe your meals don't fall apart because you don't care, but maybe they fall apart because you hit 3 p.m. exhausted and never had a realistic option ready. Maybe your workouts don't disappear because you're lazy. They disappear because your plan only works on a perfect week, and we can go on and on. That is why pattern clarity matters. The goal of tracking is not to prove you are perfect. The goal is to reveal what needs support. Shift number 3 is tracking is a teaching tool, not a forever system. You need to really hear this. You do not track everything forever. That's important. Tracking is a teaching tool to help you transform. It helps you learn your patterns, so the right patterns can eventually become more natural. The goal is not to be dependent on tracking. The goal is to use tracking long enough to understand what your body, your schedule, your emotions, your spirit, and your choices are showing you. So instead of tracking because you don't trust yourself, you track so you can learn how to lead yourself. Now that's a big shift. For many women, trying to track everything is exactly why tracking feels obsessive. That can become too much. And when something becomes too much, most women eventually quit. So instead of asking, what can I track? Ask, what do I need to learn right now? That's a much better question, because in different seasons, different things matter. If your struggle is energy, you may need to notice your sleep or your stress. If your biggest struggle is emotional eating, you need to notice what happens before you reach for food. If your biggest struggle is inconsistency, you need to notice where your day breaks down. That's what I mean by strategic journaling. It is not random reflection. It is not writing pages and pages just to write. It is paying attention to the right things so you can see what's happening and what's shaping your choices. Here's the simple framework. First, track to notice, then notice to understand, understand to adjust, and adjust to build a structure that will hold. That's very different from tracking to create guilt, shame, or punishment. You don't need more data. You need better, clearer patterns. If this resonates with you, I want you to think of this from a faith-based and stewardship connection. Okay? This matters because stewardship requires attention. You cannot steward what you refuse to notice. But attention does not have to become obsession. God is inviting you to monitor your body, not obsess over it. He is not inviting you to live chained to numbers. He wants you to steward your body for him and to walk in wisdom, to notice what is shaping your heart, your mind, and your spirit. So healthy tracking is not about control. It's about stewardship, not perfectly, but faithfully. So let's bring this together. If tracking has felt guilt-filled, obsessive, or pressure-based for you, remember, tracking should create clarity, not guilt. It should lead you to the goal of patterns, not perfection. And tracking is a teaching tool, not a forever system. You track to notice, you notice to understand, you understand to adjust, and you adjust to build a structure that will hold. That's how tracking becomes a tool for freedom. If this resonated with you, I want to invite you to my free Facebook group where over 10,000 women gather to grow in faith, health, and wellness. The group is called Biblical Body Stewardship, and the link is in the description of this video. This month, we're talking about strategic journaling and how to use it in a healthier, more grounded way, not a guilt-driven checklist or another pressure system. So click the link in the description, join the group, and introduce yourself. We will be so happy to have you with us on the inside. Before you go, remember this: you do not obsess over your wellness to be faithful with it. You do not need to track every detail forever to make progress. And you do not need to turn every pattern into guilt. You just need to learn how to notice what matters, understand what it's showing you, and build the structure that helps you return. That's how real change begins. If this video helped you, subscribe for more faith-based wellness support for women over 40, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.